Little
Alright.
blind v blind action.
Yeah.
150 deep.
I haven't seen this one, so okay. Won't be spoiled.
Nice one. No donking here, I assume.
No. Yeah. Sure. Kevin bet can bet whatever here. Seems good.
What about on this card? Any donking maybe?
I still wouldn't play donks. Like, it's 150, and Kevin has like a lot of these offsuit random shit hands, you know, or like suited shit hands, which connect with this kind of structure also quite a bit, right? Like, donking definitely fine for like a small sizing. I think it's okay. But like, he has like some random 10-8 off, you know, he has like some 9-7 off. I don't know, man. Like 6-7 suited has pretty similar. Like, I think it's not that clear who this card is better for. I guess the caller, maybe it's fine to donk a bit. I wouldn't mind it, but like it's gonna be pretty whatever, I think.
Yeah, he is going to do it this time.
Okay.
And he's going to get raised.
Okay.
What is Kevin repping in your opinion? And
yeah, this is the question. I think
how
this
do
is
you
the big
view
question.
it when you're sitting there with pocket eights?
Yeah, I think this is a big question to ask. Is he gonna do it with like Puck Jack or something, Puck Queens? I think the answer is yes. Like, I think he still has it in range, like quite a bit, all his overpairs.
Is he gonna
like,
call a shove if you somehow click all in here?
What do you mean? If I would jam it?
No, so say Kev does raise JJ and he gets shoved on by Daniil. Do you think he's raising intending on calling? Or is he...
I don't know, man. I think maybe he thinks this far ahead. I don't know if I think this far ahead, man.
You just
I think like
click and then figure out the next decision.
Yeah, I think the idea would generally be like, it's a tough one, man. Maybe call off like Puck 10 or something because you have the extra out or something, and then fold some jacks. And then, I don't know, man. Probably call some. I mean, you're definitely calling some. You're definitely not folding all of them. But maybe you can find a fold if you think the guy's overly strong or something. But it is like a nice spot for Daniil to just fucking rip it. Was like maybe not Puck 8s, but like whatever 7-8 or something. You know, where you have a bit more equity. Fuck it, man. Maybe you could try to get him fold some jacks or queens or something.
What about if you're sitting in Kevin's shoes and you have like the 6-7 suited? Or maybe even the 9-7. Are you auto value raising here, or are you trying to trap a little bit against whatever Daniil's up to?
I wouldn't trap too much on this board. I think the hands out trap is like, you know, like Puck Ace, Puck King seems fine to call a bit more because you don't really need that much more protection. You know, if you have like Puck Jacks and a Queen, a King, or Ace come, it kind of sucks for you. But if you have Puck Ace, like not much can happen. But if you have like 6-7, you know, so much changes on the turn. Like 8 comes 5, 10. I think trapping in this pick already, in this big pot already, you don't have much hands you want to trap. I think like which are super strong.
What about the nuts? Would you get in there with a
like 10-8? I don't think I trap. Maybe Puck 9 you trap. You know, maybe it's like wouldn't like just has too many folds if you raise Puck 9 here. But I think generally I would raise most of my strong hands here for sure.
Okay.
Like super strong, like 2-pair plus. So.
And obviously with pocket eights, we're never intending on folding.
Yeah, not folding.
Could you cook like another weird donk here, or is the SPR just kind of too low for such a move?
Yeah, I don't mind it, but I think if you donk here, you just want to rip it. I mean, if you donk here, just saying like, yeah, I got a 9 or better, like this kind of helps me, which is fair assessment. You're saying that, yeah, he's not raising 9x too much. He has like more of like 10s, jacks, queens, kings, whatever, and I have like whatever the 9-8, the 9-10 more. Like, I guess he could raises as well, but kind of fits. So I think if you donk here, it seems fine, man. Like, but then I would just jam it and just jam like 9x and better.
What would you bluff with then? Like 6-5, 6-8, this hand maybe?
Yeah,
or?
Yeah, seems good. Maybe you have some. Yeah, you don't have flush on flop, right? So yeah, seems fine.
He is going to check.
Ace-8 maybe. You have it once? Nah, you don't have ace-8 mid. I don't know. Yeah.
And Kevin will shove. Oops, I've spoiled that he calls, but it's obviously not a crazy call or anything. But just to talk about it here from Kevin's perspective, do you think Kevin is expecting to face a river donk, and when he doesn't, he can then value bet a bit wider? Or do you think he's still concerned that his opponent just rivers a 9, checks it over to him?
I think it's fair assessment. I think it depends maybe a bit, you know, like if if Daniil is like maybe thinking about it on river, maybe he changes his mind.
You mean
I don't
time
know.
banking in game?
Yeah. If he snap checks, maybe he thinks, oh, maybe he doesn't play donks, and then it gets more thin with jacks. If he time banks and then checks, maybe he's like, okay,
Yeah,
he does play donks.
It's a very good tangent that you've just alluded to there. This is something I think about quite a bit in PLO because there's so much donking in PLO that intentionally balancing some time bank in a spot where you will donk in general is a good move. But you can also do the exploitative snap check, like you just said, because people will read into the snap check as, oh, he might just not donk in this spot. And then it makes their bets a bit thinner. But yeah, you can also get opened up to being exploited if they know that you're doing this purely for a different particular reason.
Yeah. So. I mean, that's the beauty, right? There's like so many levels of leveling that you can like, and if people read into it, it's very fun, I think. I think it also like, maybe you can also like think a bit about Kevin, right? If having snap checks it, if snap jams it, if Daniil checks, it's maybe also like maybe less like super strong hands. But
you got jacks as Kevin, automatic all in. What's your feeling?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking about it. I think I'm thinking about the leveling there, man. But maybe it's timing and be like, how much is he leveling me? Like at what meta is he at? Or trying to figure it out. And if not, I don't mind the value jam. You're not beat a lot here. Like some 9x, okay. Maybe if you have a jack which blocks like, or like 10s jacks which block like the 9x suited, maybe aces or like whatever. If you have kings which block the 9x suited, you'd rather jam than not. Like if you have like kings, if you have like the club and the what is the other one and the heart, then you block all king and 9 suited, then the jam makes more sense, right? But I think you can go thin here, especially you expect Daniil to call 6-7, sometimes 6-7-8, pocket 8, maybe some pocket 10s or something. Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Kevin is going to show up with a bluff that I didn't really expect. Maybe have a little comment on what you think of the bluff. So
wow.
For turn raise, maybe a little unintuitive.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit unintuitive.
I guess it's solver approved out of interest, or would you guess it's not? Always nice to be put on the spot where somebody later can check and say, this guy's a fish. He didn't know what he was talking about.
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I wouldn't think it's solver approved. I'd just call it, I think. Like, I mean, you block, like, the river bluff, I kind of see more. But the turn raise, don't really see it, man. Like, I don't see the benefit of this hand over, like, some 10x or something, or some, like, first, if the ace hits, you still, like, you can call it if the ace hits, you can still cooler some ace 10 or something. Some ace, I guess ace 10, not that much range. Maybe ace queen or something if it finds a donk. Ace jack, I don't know. And then, like, if you raise, like, you're not really doing much against his calls. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'd rather raise 2 overcards here, I think, rather than a deuce. But Kevin is a beast, so, like, he has his reasons for sure. I mean, I think the river bluff's also quite nice. You block ace 9, you block pock deuce. Like, I don't know. River, I kind of like, but turn is just like quite unintuitive for me.